All right. Happy Sunday. How you doing today, Kitty?
Good. How are you, Joe?
I'm good. We're finally on, and with your schedule, which is very very busy, and with them doing construction right upstairs from my apartment, we just had to keep pushing these episodes back. As far as also as our Mortal Kombat review, but we're gonna get it all into that today. We're gonna do a double review show for the Mighty Ducks, and then immediately after, we're going right to Mortal Kombat on a different stream. But right afterwards, there's not gonna be a lull between whatever and waiting to one. So all right, so let's get into it. So we not this Friday that just passed, but the Friday before that was the episode 7, which was pond hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're episode right. Episode 8 was the last one. It's 7 and 8, right?
7 and 8.
All right. I just want to make sure. Okay, so we're only 2 away. Then we're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
So we had episode 7, which was pond hockey, which was basically this some of the ramifications of what Evan did going to the Ducks with the one practice and them being mad, and the mother locked them in the room to talk it out, and I kind of knew when it happened. I had a feeling that Bombay did that on purpose with the fuse to because he wanted to get them going, and I thought it was a cool moment with them playing on the pond, and Alex taking a step back a little bit, but also at one point embracing the fact that she has to teach them the right way, which we totally lose the following episode.
That's. I think those are. So
We'll
talk about that a little bit.
To jump ahead for 1 second, I was a little annoyed at that part. I was like, okay, so we're doing that now. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you just did that with Evan. You just did that with Evan a couple episodes before, giving him that, not so much. It's different, but it's not, because Evan, as we said, didn't want to be a part of the Ducks, hated, well, I guess he was cut. He never said he didn't want to be a part of it, but he hated that he was cut. And then, they created the Don't Bothers, and then all of a sudden he got enticed or whatever. But I guess it isn't the same between him and his mom. But either way. So we get that. And then, I don't know. So what did you think of Pond? I know you told me last week that you weren't really crazy about it. And I also agree too. Some of these episodes do feel like fillers, and, they're a little hit or miss. I agree. I did like this episode, Change on the Fly, a little bit better, with the exception of what they did with Alex's character for this episode. But for the most part, pond hockey, when they were playing on the pond, was fun. I liked that. It was kind of cool. Yeah. But other than that, it was just like,
So out of all the episodes, that was my least favorite, I would have to say. It was a little.
I can see that, yeah.
I mean, I like the whole pond hockey. I like that. But you're going to tell me your character build-up for Sam was that?
Yeah, I know. And that was the other thing, too. And I thank you for bringing it up. The whole Sam thing. Like, I don't understand what...
that was really irritating to me, because it was like I wanted some type of story with Sam, with Sam, and that's what you give me, and I was a little annoyed with that. And then going into from that episode to this episode, you have Alex, the mom, who's taking kind of like a role backwards from being head coach to assistant coach, kind of. And she's got such a sweet demeanor and personality. And then you bring her back to this episode where she's kind of a shithead. But what are you doing there? It's like a total Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing. So you bring in that episode and this episode. So that episode seems like it was pointless to me. Why was it even there?
Yeah, I get it.
And that's how I felt.
Look, honestly, the more I thought about it afterwards, as much as it annoyed me, I understand it. She's pushed around a lot at the office, especially by Stephanie. Mm-hmm. She's trying her best doing with the hockey, and she didn't feel like she even should be the coach. Her son wants her to be the coach, but, she probably deep down, she wanted Bombay to take over, and because she has no idea what she's doing. But then she finds out that some people are a little afraid or even intimidated by the Ducks, and she gets caught with the winning bug, and it makes her feel good. And, then she finally gets the courage to speak up at the office, and then she's getting she's getting a big head, and that happens.
I get it.
Does.
I do.
It just sucks because it's completely different from what we've seen from all the other episodes with her.
Right. And that's what I get. But that you should have kind of brought that in last episode, kind of bring it to the forefront where she was kind of pushed back in that episode, last week's episode. And I was just a little bit confused. It was just like a snap overnight.
Right.
You know, it wasn't like a progression of things. Like last week's episode, she was going backwards. She was regressing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this week's episode, it was just like she went to sleep and just woke up and was just horrible. So,
now, do you think they're setting up? I don't think that's what they're doing because I still think she's going to be the coach. But are they doing this as a plot device to get Bombay to be the coach?
Well, did you not see this? I mean, yeah,
I didn't see the sneak. I honestly didn't get a chance to. I have been watching the what do you call it, the week preview, the next week's preview. I didn't, but I do know that they want to fire her. I know that's where it left off. They're like, he's like, I know, I got to fire my mom. I know.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's to make Bombay the coach.
Now, if that is the case, then this episode makes sense because it's the only way they can do it. They have to. They need friction. They needed that pushback because if not, it just makes no sense.
Yeah.
And I do like the fact that she got one up on Stephanie, at the office. I love that. She got 2 muffins, not one. She got 2
muffins. I think that was the only thing I kind of liked about it because you see her taking abuse through all these episodes, and she finally gets one over on Stephanie. Yeah. But other than that, she's treating those kids just as bad as the Ducks coach. Yeah. And I was just like,
But still in an innocent way. She's like, if I was like the Ducks coach, I would be doing this, and then I would tear down, I would destroy her, and then all of a sudden the sticks fall. It was funny. It was funny, but annoying. And Stephanie, by the way, is still hot. She is, but I'm still glad.
I like how you bring that home every episode.
But I'm still glad because I am pushing for Alex. I'm pulling for Alex. So whatever. But all of a sudden they're on a winning streak. They're doing great. But let's talk about, because again, pond hockey was probably one of my least favorite episodes as well. And there's really not much to talk about. So let's go right into change on the fly. We finally get some Logan. We finally understand, we finally get what's a little bit more backstory on him. I love the whole pancake scene, and he explains why he cooks. He doesn't do it because he likes it. He does it because he just wants to be there for his dad.
You did that for Logan. Why didn't you do that for Sam?
Right, exactly. And so not only are they not focusing the right way on characters, but they're also taking too long. A little too long. And I get it. There's a lot of them. There's only so much you can do with each character, they did that with Coob a couple of episodes before then. Actually, the same episodes, pond hockey, was when he finally works on Coob's ability. He pretends that the ice is cracking. That's probably, I forgot about that. That's probably one of my favorite scenes in pond hockey because we finally get Coob's ability. He's like, oh, wait a minute. I am pretty fast. I can skate fast.
Yes.
So we get that. We were waiting for that. We finally got that. And then this episode was, so Nick has a little glory.
Yes. Nick has glory.
He's like, yes, he's on top of the world. He's the only one now that is, now Logan's the only one that hasn't scored. So Nick doesn't feel like he's the worst. And then of course he gets a little upset that Logan wants to, that they're training Logan because he doesn't want Logan to actually score because it takes that away from him. And they both say how they're jealous of each other. And I like the fact that Logan comes out and basically says, I see you guys through the window. You guys have what I don't. And I want that. So I'm very jealous of you.
Yeah. And I was really she was making me so mad when she wasn't letting Logan go in.
Come on. That's the scene that I didn't understand.
Yeah.
I can understand. So the whole wanting to win, getting getting bit by the winning bug and want that and just to have a little bit of a head, because you're getting complimented now, or like I said, she had gotten that people are a little intimidated, or they're worried about you, or they're worried about the don't bothers. That made sense. What annoyed me the most is exactly that, the fact that she wouldn't put Logan in. That's what bothered me.
Especially because you got Gordon Bombay saying, I worked with him. He has it. And your head is so big, you're not listening to him now.
Exactly.
What's going on?
Yeah. So you got Gordon as your assistant now. He helped you out with a couple of plays. You wanted him to do basically what he's doing. He's telling you to put Logan in. And then, and then the fact that she wasn't listening, but they get to sneak him on the ice, which was fun.
That was cute.
And he does his little trick play. And, everybody's going to have a trick play and whatever. But yeah, I thought it was, like I said, out of the two, easily Change on the Fly was better. None of them are better at as good as Spirit of the Ducks yet.
No, I don't think any of them will be.
We got 2 episodes to go. Let's see what they do, at least with the finale. But yeah. So look, I think it's possible. Now, I haven't gotten a chance to watch it. I always do this. I always say, oh, you know what? Because of you, I'm going to watch it now. I should have did that before we went on. But I don't know. I don't know if this is their way of removing Alex from the head coaching position and having her take a step back.
The sneak peek wasn't anything like spectacular, but
right. Well, just tell me what happened then.
Well, in the sneak peek, like Gordon is at the stadium with them. You don't see pieces of Alex. So that's like, to me, a hint that they did what they had to do.
Yeah. Unless she comes back for the finale.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Gordon steps back.
You know what I remembered? I was like, how are they going to fit in all these games in like 4 more episodes? You're like, maybe to do a montage. That's exactly what they did. Yeah, that's pretty much what they have to do, because you only have a certain amount of episodes to go, and you got to win. What did they say? 8, 9 in a row or something like that? I think it was like 8 games in a row, and it was just like montage. And I was, and you know what? I was like, that was probably the most hockey I've seen in all these episodes, and it was still not even any hockey. Yeah, it was, and again, it's a lot of and I mean, how much complaining can you do about it? But at the same time, it's a lot of what do you call it? A waist high shots. Mm-hmm. You don't really see them doing anything, and they're taking like these slow shots. Like even the whole Nick shot, like that took forever. Nick was open forever, and they're all looking at each other. Trust me, and they're like, why are they closing their eyes? Go get the puck. Yeah, that was it was weird. That was so weird. I didn't even know what was going on. Yeah. Why are they all closing their eyes? What are they doing? Go get the puck. Closing their eyes. Now's your chance. Go get it. So did you kind of understand what was going on with that? Because I saw like everybody was just staring, and I think that's why they in essence won, because no one knew what was going on. Well, they were doing the whole blindfold thing. They were pretending they were still blindfolded. Right. Yeah, but it made no sense. The other team was actually moving, they wouldn't have got that shot. I know that. That's what I said. That's why it made no sense. Like they took forever to make that one shot anyway. Yeah, so it was so weird. I'm just like, these are killing me in a little bit of a way. At least when in the Ducks movies, like they had like maneuvers going on and there was action on the other side. And I'm starting to think like this show is cute in a way that we just got to accept the fact that this is not hockey oriented. Yeah, no, it's not. This is more story driven than anything. It's more story driven. It's about the relationships. It's about the fan. And I'm starting to accept that and just move on. Yeah. And that's why I kind of like it. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm all right with it. I've accepted it. I get it. You know, we would have seen hockey by now. We're in episode 8. Yeah. We got 2 episodes left. We get a little doses of hockey, but yeah, it seems that the forefront of the series, I should say, is just based on character development and relationship. And that's it. Just the story. Yeah. You know, we get caught up with Gordon Bombay. We got caught up with the some of the original Ducks without Charlie. Hopefully, I don't know. I shouldn't hold my breath, but maybe we'll get some Charlie at the end of the season. But yeah, it just seems like we were just meant to get caught up in this world, get introduced to the new characters, get some of their story little by little, and then see where it goes from there. Yeah. You know, and again, for them to not beat the Ducks at the end would be a little bit of a disappointment, but at the same time, it's also very, very cliche. You know, and at this point, I think it's very highly likely that they may not. Yeah. You know? I think that's what needs to happen. Maybe they lose because of Alex. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but we will find out. Like I said, we only got 2 episodes to go with the Game Changers. And I think that's about it. So now what we're going to do now, there's nobody live, so it doesn't matter. We're going to end this stream. And then, guys, if you're watching this on a rerun, I'm also going to have up as well to watch after this, the Mortal Kombat 2021 review and reaction. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now.
Kitty, thank you for coming on, doing our weekly. Well, now it's 2 episodes, but it doesn't matter. Our weekly game changers.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see you next weekend, guys. Have a great day.
Guys. Have a
and look out for our Mortal Kombat review coming up next.